welcome to the Miss People Podcast. I am your host, Cheree Peoples, and today we're going to be diving in and talking about hardships. Listen, you guys, hardships can be what it is, hard, but it's only when you make it hard. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a second. But first, let me go ahead and give you the definition of hardship. It's basically severe suffering. Severe suffering, right? Severe suffering. Life in itself can be a suffer if that's how you want to look at it. But I choose to look at life as purposeful, loving, having fun, getting it in with your friends. Now, do we encounter difficult moments? Of course we do. But for me, I'm not going to look at my life as an overall hardship because I realize putting that on me deliver me the exact thing that I don't want. And it took going through some things to make me truly realize the words that I use impact what I actually experience. And it didn't dawn to me until I had a conversation with a good friend of mine that was like, "Hey, Cheree, I want to be like you." I was like, "What do you mean you want to be like me?" I want to be like you in the aspect that you find happiness in every situation. Every situation you encounter, you find happiness in. Why not? Why not find the little piece of joy in a traumatic situation? Because life itself can be what it is. It's life, right? We have our good times, we have our bad moments. But if you always in that mindset of everything around you is bad, your outcome is going to be bad. I didn't realize I was putting my own self homeless by saying, "How I'm gonna pay my rent next month?" Just worry, the constant worry. And the second, in the moment that I stop worrying about where the money's gonna come from, I was no longer homeless. I didn't have to worry about it. It was provided to me. It came to me. And I just said, "Hey, Cheree, what if you just always think positive in every situation you encounter, regardless how others may perceive it?" They may perceive it as being negative and this is a hardship. And of course, like if that's how you perceive it, my daughter was born with sickle cell anemia. Is that a difficult disease? Yes. And it was one that I struggle with the most because it's hereditary. So I blame myself for it. It's my fault that she has it. If I would have known, if I would have, should have, could have, would have, right? But if I would have known, would she be here today? Would I have a testimony to my test? Without her, there is no me. Without her, without the sickle cell, I wouldn't be able to help others who are dealing with not just sickle cell, but any kind of medical condition because I can empathize, I can sympathize. I walked in those shoes as a parent, as a caregiver. I was a child caring for a parent, so I've been there too. I know what it's like to care for a parent, and I also know what it's like caring for your child, for your loved one, how you sacrifice your life for others. I wouldn't have my purpose here if it wasn't for my daughter's sickle cell to put it on the map, to let people know it is a hereditary disorder that she genetically got. It is the oldest hereditary disease in the world. So let's get it right, people. Let's get it right. Sickle cell ain't nothing new, but I had to learn it's a lifestyle. So instead of looking at it as a hardship, I decided to look at it as a lifestyle. You got vegan lifestyles, you have a healthy lifestyle, you have all these kind of lifestyles. So instead of, oh my God, I'm always at the hospital, I found ways to help me cope, whether we were in the hospital or not. I started writing in my journals. I even, not just say me, but me and my daughter even came up with a whole thing called Just Be You. If it wasn't for quote unquote the hardship, that we turned into something positive. So not everything has to be suffering just because they say, oh, sickle cell doesn't have a cure. Okay. So it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle in which we have to learn how to embrace to ensure that she can live a healthy, productive life. And I myself can live a healthy, productive life. At the end of the day, if I don't keep me going, how she's going to keep going. So if I'm always buried in what they may say is hardships and I'm looking for the negative all the time, how would I have the positive outlook on life? How would I get anything if I'm forever running on this negativity mindset? And when we encounter and we see ourselves and you just started going through the process of this is not what I want. I don't want no hardship. For what? Life is what it is. It's life. Whether you have $1 million or you barely making it from paycheck to paycheck, I guarantee the person with $1 million still is dealing with hardships. May not be in the capacity of a broke person, but they still have hardships. It's how they perceive it, how they may work at it in order for it can be a lesson versus a hardship. But I just wanted to get on here today and talk about the lifestyle and removing those negative words like hardship because it's not a hardship, it's a lifestyle, people. And once we embrace our unique lifestyle, is the moment that you elevate. It's the moment that you can just feel it in your soul. You feel it, it's a feeling. And sometimes it's just undescribable. It really is undescribable. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in today to the Miss People podcast. And until next time, I'll see you soon, my peeps.